In January 2013, a 21-year-old Canadian student named Elisa Lam checked into the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. She was traveling alone. She was adventurous. She was excited. 19 days later, guests at the hotel began complaining that the water tasted strange, that the showers ran dark, that something was wrong. What maintenance workers found on the rooftop that day would become one of the most disturbing and most watched mysteries in the history of the internet. This is the full story of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam was born in Hong Kong in 1991. Her family emigrated to Vancouver, Canada, where she grew up. By all accounts, she was bright, creative, and deeply passionate about books and travel. She documented her life obsessively on Tumblr, her thoughts, her dreams, her struggles. Elisa suffered from bipolar disorder and depression. She was open about this on her blog. She wrote candidly about the darkness she sometimes felt and the medication she took to manage it. In January 2013, she set off on what she called her West Coast tour, a solo trip down the Pacific coast. She visited San Diego. She was heading to Santa Cruz. Her last stop before Santa Cruz was Los Angeles. She checked into the Cecil Hotel on January 26, 2013. The Cecil Hotel is not a normal hotel. Built in 1927 in the heart of Skid Row, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Los Angeles, it has a history so dark that Netflix made an entire documentary series about it. At least 2 serial killers stayed there. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, lived there for months during his 1984 killing spree. Austrian serial killer Jack Unterweger stayed there in 1991 while murdering 3 women. The hotel had seen suicides, murders, and unexplained deaths for decades. Locals called it the Hotel Death. Elisa Lam checked in on the 26th of January. She was initially placed in a shared dormitory room. Within days, her roommates complained about her strange behavior and she was moved to a private room. Nobody has ever fully explained what that behavior was. Elisa kept in regular contact with her family back in Vancouver. She called them every day without fail. On February 1, 2013, 6 days after checking in, the calls stopped. Her parents reported her missing. The Los Angeles Police Department launched a search of the hotel. They found nothing. For 2 weeks, Elisa Lam was simply gone. Then on February 14, Valentine's Day, the LAPD released security footage to the public in the hope that someone might recognize her. What was on that footage changed everything. The footage shows Elisa inside one of the hotel elevators. The timestamp reads late at night. She enters the lift and presses multiple floor buttons at once. All of them. She waits. The doors don't close. Then she steps out into the hallway and peers around the corner, like she is checking if someone is there. She steps back into the lift. Steps out again. Her movements become increasingly strange. She waves her hands in front of her face. Her fingers move in patterns that make no sense. She appears to be talking, possibly to someone out of frame. Possibly to nobody. Then she walks out of frame completely. The lift doors, which had been stuck open the entire time she was in them, finally slide shut. The footage was watched hundreds of millions of times. It went viral immediately. People could not explain what they were seeing. Was she on drugs? Was she having a mental health episode? Was she hiding from someone? Was something else entirely happening? Nobody could agree. On February 19, maintenance workers at the Cecil Hotel climbed to the rooftop to investigate complaints about the water pressure and water quality. On the roof sat 4 large water storage tanks. The tanks supplied water to the entire hotel, for drinking, for showers, for everything. The maintenance worker opened the hatch on one of the tanks. Elisa Lam was inside. She had been there for approximately 2 weeks. She was unclothed. Her clothing and personal belongings were found floating beside her. The coroner ruled her death accidental drowning with bipolar disorder, listed as a significant condition. But the questions nobody could answer were these. The water tanks were on a restricted rooftop. Access required a key. The hatch on the tank was heavy, difficult to open from the outside and nearly impossible to close from within. How did she get there? How did she get inside the tank? How did the hatch close above her? Nobody has ever answered these questions satisfactorily. In the years since Elisa's death, thousands of people have attempted to explain what happened. The mental health theory, the most widely accepted explanation. Elisa was in a manic or psychotic episode brought on by her bipolar disorder, possibly worsened by stopping her medication. The behavior in the elevator was consistent with someone experiencing a severe episode. She accessed the roof somehow and fell or climbed into the tank. The foul play theory, many believe someone else was involved. The elevator doors behaving strangely, her missing clothing, the impossibility of closing the hatch from inside. Someone helped her in, or put her there. The paranormal theory, the Cecil Hotel's dark history, the date, the strange hand movements in the elevator footage. Some believe Elisa encountered something that cannot be explained rationally. The darkest detail. During the weeks Elisa's body was in that tank, hotel guests were drinking, showering and bathing in that water. Many reported noticing a strange taste and dark color. Nobody knew why until the body was discovered. Elisa Lam was 21 years old. She was a daughter, a writer and a traveler who loved books and life. Her case remains one of the most watched and most debated unsolved mysteries in modern history. The Cecil Hotel is now closed permanently. The elevator footage is still online. Watch it yourself and decide what you think you're seeing. We cover one case like this every single week on Grave Signal. If you want the full story behind the world's darkest and most unexplained events, subscribe. We'll be here. Every signal has a source. Ours comes from the dark.